We live yet? Yeah, we're live. It's funny. On one computer it says we're live. On the other computer it's saying we're not live yet. Oh, here we go with the you put it in your AI boss thing. You should have put it in your wider profile because it says join us at Ecom AI Boss. Why does it keep saying that?
Can I change that? It says
Uh
John Lawson 3 on my thing.
oh, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, but you see the comment that came that get what do you have some
I
kind of
don't
auto
know.
generator
I
something or
have no
other?
idea where that comes from.
Join us at e-commerce AI boss for more tips. There ain't no damn tips.
Yeah, here's a tip.
What's with the tips and tricking? What's tricking?
Tips and tricks.
No, it's a tricking.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, tricking if you
Well,
got to get some work done.
ain't you the one that wrote
I have no
it?
idea, bro.
Well, do you know who you are at least?
The bold one, John Colderice Lawson.
Damn, you got it all wrong. You left out one of the things. I mean, damn.
Oh, did I? Ah,
Let me show you how
that's
it's done.
okay, man.
Let me show you how it's done. I'm Brent Leary. See, I always get mine right. I never have to think about it.
Yeah,
It just happens.
I need to drop all the rigmarole.
You are still the cold one and the bold one. Dare I
I
say the
don't know
old
about
one,
all that.
John Corterice Lawson. Oh, you're not bold anymore?
Oh, I'll tell you what's bold.
Oh,
Honestly,
yeah.
if you people have not tried these flaming hot Cheetos, it's a problem. And I found some with flaming hot plus lime. It's just a problem.
It sounds terrible.
It
Flaming
does,
hot
doesn't it?
lime? That is
I
awful.
know.
What kind of
It
combination
sounds
is that?
bad. It sounds bad, but that shit is so good.
I will
It's
definitely
so
have to
good.
take your word
I
for
have to
that.
stop. I have to stop.
I will never know in my lifetime what that is.
Mm, mm,
But you
mm.
know what? I got one thing. I got something to run by. I got this notification from Seeking Alpha, and it was about your favorite tech company, Microsoft. Care to take a guess as to what this notification was? What was it about?
Probably AI and
No,
Amazon.
no. It was it
No,
was it was something about their stock.
Bitcoin.
I said their stock price.
Well,
Something about their stock price. Hot is not. That's what I'm saying. That's not a flavor. I don't get it.
hot
He's
is
just
a flavor, girl. What
he
are you
just
talking about?
that's not that's a
Beyonce
sensation. That
like
ain't no
hot
damn
sauce
flavor.
in her bag, swag.
That ain't no
Hot
damn
is a
flavor.
flavor.
It's a sensation. That's what it is.
Hot is not a flavor. That's
It is
funny.
not a flavor. All right, you don't obviously you don't know, but I just like to point this out because you're such a hater when it comes to Microsoft. I don't even know
Microsoft,
why. I don't even know
I'm
why you're
not a
such
hater.
a hater. You are a
I'm
hater.
done being a hater
Oh, why are you done being a hater? Is it because of
because
what
I really like. I actually liked what he said this week on stage when he was with
with the open AI?
OpenAI. So I'm not a hater.
No,
I'll
you're
just hate on Bill Gates for now.
no. Well, the thing that came up today when it comes to Microsoft, the notification. Now, this company has been public since what, like 1975 or something like that. I know that. Well, I don't know. I think they were founded in 75, and I forget exactly when they went public. But they've been public for
Microsoft,
yeah.
I
They've
don't
been
think
public for.
they haven't been public since '75. I don't
No, I
think.
think they've got found incorporated or something, and then I think they were founded late 70s, maybe 1980, something like that. It's been a long time, over 40 years. So they've been around for that period of time. They had the ups, they had the downs. They had when Windows was taken off, and Office was taken off, and then they had the down parts, and then anyway, long history, long storied past for this company and its stock price. Guess what happened today? Today it hit its all-time high stock price. And guess what the market cap is today for Microsoft? The company's been around
And
forever.
I have no idea.
I'm going to show it.
Nor would I know that if I knew that.
$2.68 trillion market cap. Company that's been around forever is just still at the top of their hitting the all-time high. That's pretty damn impressive, especially for a company that you consider to be washed. Isn't that what you used to call it? Washed.
I mean,
You
they
say
bought
washed.
OpenAI.
They
I
bought
mean,
a
let's not
slice of it.
pretend.
They bought a
Let's
slice
not-
of it.
That's why they're doing well.
That's not the
Good for
only
them.
reason. It's Azure is probably the main driver.
Azure runs what?
No, no.
OpenAI.
ChatGPT runs on Azure. That's
Exactly.
But
Good
it's
for them.
Azure, and in the Azure growth, as you could, if you saw in their
What else? What else you got? What else you got?
I think after their last stock quarterly report, it showed that the growth rate in Azure is back.
What else you got?
Just like AWS is back. All the hand wringing and the talk about all the recession stuff. And once again, I look at today's stock price, and I think it's what the stock market is up for like the third or fourth week in a row.
I mean, you act as if there's some equivalency to people's pocketbook in the stock market.
Well, apparently, if you have a 401k program, there ought to be, because it's got somebody's money in there making money.
I don't know about 401ks. I'm self-employed, so we don't do that.
You don't have some sort of investment thing?
I do, but we don't have 401ks.
It's the equivalent, whatever the equivalent is. I used to have a 401k when I worked for, I forget the company that actually started it, but I transitioned it into my own thing now. So it's still money is still invested. It doesn't matter if it's called a 401k or.
But there's not some straight line. You know, this trickle down theory that you have is full.
I don't have any trickle down theory.
I'm just wondering. You're talking about a recession, whether or not people spend based on Microsoft having a $2 billion.
No, I'm just saying
valuation.
This is just another one of those data points. And I particularly found this one interesting because of your disdain for Microsoft and all that. So I thought I'd just point that out to you.
Hey, but like I said, Microsoft, they decided to be hands-off.
Don't be trying to make up. Don't be trying to make come. Well, they didn't buy the OpenAI outright.
That's right. They don't own shit, just the servers. So great, your servers are doing well, Microsoft.
Not the servers. You cannot short shift Azure.
I'm gonna shortchange AI's ability to make
AI is just another one of the things that runs on top of Azure. That's it.
I know, but I'm just saying. I mean, that's why both Amazon and AI and needing space. It's what's hot right now. It definitely is saving the economy. I will give you that. But it's also causing problems in the economy.
Yeah. So I mean, what's the net? Is it net positive? Net negative? Where, if you had to guess the role that AI is playing, let's just say not just from a macroeconomic perspective, but from an employment perspective,
it's not going to be good.
Some people say it's not going to be good.
Oh, here we go with the
flop. Is this the flip for the flop? Is that what you're getting ready to do?
Why?
No, I thought you said, well, but then again, I was like, okay, let me get ready for the flop.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, I'm trying to give both, because you don't know where we're going to be. So I'm trying to think about both sides, man.
Okay.
Because it could go really, really great, and it could go really, really bad. Let's go with, um, what's your boy's name from X?
Shit,
Elon
first of all,
Musk.
he's not my boy, but whatever.
That's your boy. I mean,
Teflon,
he was talking
Teflon Musk.
about, you know, um,
You know what? Unless he's talking about cars or satellites or space, I don't want to hear from him. If he's
really
saying something about social network, I don't have any. What he has not proven himself to be worth a darn in that area.
worth a darn,
Worth a darn.
man.
Darn.
I'm telling you, if you just think about it, what do you need to train AI?
Data and
He's got a
computing
lot
power.
of it. He's
Data
got a
and
lot of it.
computing power.
He's got a lot. He's
like
got
I
a lot
said,
of data.
As I
Computing
said,
power.
you know what else he has a lot of? He's got a lot of ego, and that's what gets in the way of sound decisions that he has proven not to be able to make when it comes to the social networks. So I give him credit for the Tesla stuff. I give him credit for the SpaceX stuff. I give him credit for the satellite stuff. I don't know what's going to happen because he's starting to inject people with chips. I don't know what to make out of that. But when it comes to the social network stuff, he gets no credit whatsoever.
I don't care about the social network anymore. I mean, you haven't been on X. I haven't been on X.
No.
But a lot of people still do X, right?
First of all, he proved his not being able to compete on that side of the house by completely taking a brand that everybody knew. And everybody had changed.
That was not great.
No, people have been saying tweets and Twitter for over a decade. Plenty of brand name recognition. And what does he do? He tries to
turns it into a bank.
An X. That right there should tell you he may be smart, he may be brilliant when it comes to that hard stuff, the very hard stuff. But when it comes to this, not so much. Because his ego gets in his way.
Elon gave the employees of X 1 year to replace banks. So let's revisit this in a year and let's see where it goes.
To replace banks.
Okay. Yeah, did you see that story?
No.
You won't need a bank account. It will blow my mind if we don't have that rolled out by the end of next year. Elon Musk wants to be the center of your financial world, handling everything in your life.
Yeah. Right then and there. Who in their right mind would want that dude handling the world's financial transactions in your own bank accounts?
I don't really care if it works. I mean, he's the PayPal guy. He created PayPal, so
yeah. And then creating a technology.
He did want to call PayPal X. Matter of fact, PayPal was X.
Well, apparently
until they got bought by PayPal.
Calmer heads prevailed on that one because X is the dumbest name you could put on.
It was.
But
guess what? He's rich enough to bring it back.
That's because he's smart enough to get the Tesla. I mean, look, stick with the electric cars, stick with the satellite dishes, stick with the space stuff.
Now, why?
Why not? Is that enough to put up on your plate?
I'm just saying, if he's got a vision, look, the dude is a visionary. I get it that all visionaries have crazy, outrageous ideas. He has plenty of crazy, outrageous ideas. I don't think he's done innovating.
I'm not saying he's done innovating. I'm saying that you got to have somebody to tell you, hey, look, man, you're doing too damn much.
I agree.
You got Tesla, you got SpaceX, you got the satellite company, you got the one where they're starting to inject people with chips. Isn't that enough?
He's got boring. He's still got that.
Isn't that enough? I mean,
it's
not enough to occupy your time.
Not for him.
It's the ego. See, the X is the ego business. All the other ones are not ego businesses. All the other ones are solving like big things, and that's that's great. This is an ego thing for him.
You
And you
think?
can, oh,
All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. I think he did buy it as an ego play. But if you mix the data that comes from X with the data that he gets from all the cameras he has out there on cars, he's got a lot of data to train an AI bot. And I think the thing that he bought for one reason might actually turn in to a very valuable asset when it comes to training AI databases. I think X might have a whole lot of value for that.
once again, there's so many other things
No, there's
you should
nothing
be
like X.
focused on. Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's
Tesla,
just, I mean,
electric
honestly,
cars, that's the not a bigger challenge to kind of solve and make reality, or going to space
oh,
and coming back.
absolutely. Yeah,
Come on, it
I'm
just
not
feels like
discounting
this
what
is
you're
all
saying. He
ego
is a
driven.
little over, he's definitely a little bit overreached when it comes to, but I don't know. Evidently, he's got something that's driving him.
So Ramon Darling, shout out to Ramon for joining us. Ford exec says that they are so far behind on electrical vehicles because they've just started programming vehicles to run on operating systems. Tesla innovation must be truly respected. It is truly respected, irrespective of his full. See, that's the thing. I'm kind of glad at least he has an outlet for his foolishness that doesn't get people killed, which is X versus foolishness on important stuff like cars and space travel and that. So if this is his outlet for foolishness, okay, so be it. But everybody should recognize, hey, he ain't no genius when it comes to this stuff. He's a genius when it comes to inanimate objects and devices. He is not a genius when it comes to human behavior. That's what I'm saying.
But the company is also X.AI for his AI reach. So I just think now I'm seeing why he changed Twitter to X. It actually makes a little sense.
It does. Okay. So you take one of the probably the top 20 brand names going for you and completely destroy it. That's not smart. That's when you're trying to be too smart. That's when you think you're so smart that you do dumb stuff like that.
Let's put it like this. I don't think Twitter AI is as sexy as XAI.
Who's going to be talking about that? I mean, I'm sorry. .ai. There's so many companies that are .ai.
Hey,
who cares? Twitter was a brand. Twitter is still people still say tweet. People still
this
say
is November
tweet.
2023. We'll see where this goes.
I'll tell you right. You already know where it's going.
You'll blow it off.
It's continuing in the direction that it's currently going. That's where it's going. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Think? I don't know. We'll see.
Yes. Twitter as a brand was way up there. Come on, man. You can honestly say that was a dumb move. It was dumb to do that.
I'm just saying what I'm trying to say, Brent, is you don't know what he thought he was going to do with it. So if he's turning X into a banking system and launching an AI on it, I just don't think Twitter was going to be the brand that you would run with for that. So now that we see all the other components and what he's really wanting to do with it, I can understand why he might have thrown away the old bird.
I'm glad you understand it.
Okay, I don't. I was just saying. I mean, I don't see me banking with Twitter. That wasn't going to work.
Oh, so banking with X is going to work better?
It might. It might.
Oh, hell, it will definitely not.
Who thought? Who thought Apple Pay was going to change the world?
Because at least Apple was a brand. They didn't say, "All right, we're going to go to A-Pay."
Okay.
It's just that, come on. Can't we just say, although he's brilliant, he doesn't know everything. He doesn't get everything
I
right.
don't think he does either. And yes, I do think he threw the baby out with the bathwater. I will give you some of that. But he's got a plan.
Look, he's got a plan. I would prefer him spend more of his time and effort and thought in the areas where he has shown true brilliance. He's
Getting to the moon.
he's a tech person. He's not a marketing, a brand person. He's
Well,
doing things that are incredible that other people just couldn't do on that side.
yeah, he's not a brand person. That's why he just pulled X out of his butt. And it's like, hey, we're going to be X now. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Don't hate.
Yeah.
Don't hate the player, bro.
As crazy as this would sound, I don't hate the dude. You know what I hate? I just hate when people think that because they've been successful in like several different areas that they could just, go over here and think they know just as much as other people that have been in this area space for decades.
Yeah.
Just because they got a lot of money and they've been successful over here.
Right. It's like you made a great album. Now you want to write a book and do a movie.
Yeah, or you're a great R&B singer, and now you want to be a country western. So I don't know. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. Those have been kind of well received sometimes. But yes, I get what you're saying.
Or you're a great jazz musician and you think you want to be a rapper.
Or you had a great movie called Purple Rain and you want to make Under the Cherry Moon. I get it.
Hey, all right, let's go there.
No, we're not going there. We've done way too many Prince. We've done way too many Prince things. No, we're not going there. I did open a door. I'm sorry.
I'm getting ready to walk.
My
right
bad.
Oh, I know something that's good. I don't know where I saw this or heard this. I'm maybe on some kind of show. I don't know. They were talking about your girl Taylor Swift. Something about like she's been nominated for more Grammys than like anybody in the history. And
as of today, right? I think it was as
something like that. And I don't know because I couldn't name one song. All I know of her music career is I don't know. That's all I know. I couldn't tell you what that what the song goes on with that, but just that's all I know. That's all I anyway. So it's probably
you do that. That's get the dust off my shoulder.
Isn't that something that she did a song because I saw her doing a bit like people.
Oh, shake it off. Okay,
that's the extent of my knowledge of her stuff. I know she writes. And I know she plays.
So what's your point about Taylor?
So I was, and of course she's selling out everywhere. She's creating like the economy just from her doing little tweets and stuff or X's, what they call them now. So they said at some point, her, Adele, and Beyonce, they were all on the same level at one point.
Why you step back from Beyonce?
Because I know, I don't know the Beehive.
You need to lean, bro.
No,
Beyonce.
No, because this ain't gonna be good
lean
for her. This is not gonna be good. They said, but over like the last year, she has put both of them into the rear view mirror. Her status and popularity are now making Beyonce look like you and me. Is that how you see it? I mean, is that the truth at this point? Like she's eclipsed Beyonce to the point where she's like a spectator.
Let me ask you, where is what's his name? What's the Hawaiian kid's name? I can't even think. Where's Bruno Mars? Where's Bruno Mars?
He's not even in the conversation. I mean, what are you talking about?
Exactly. And that's where Taylor will be in a year. I mean, that's just the way things
really?
go.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's the way that you can't be hot forever. You got to go away and come back. Michael Jackson did this. This is the way this thing works. Madonna's done it for 50 fucking I don't know how long. It's been a good 40 years for Madonna. Cher's done it for 50 years.
No, but
I mean,
I
you
think what they're
can't
saying is she's reaching levels that they've
listen.
not even come close to getting to. That's what
Absolutely.
they, all right.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. Everything has its course. She's running her course. She's flaming red hot right now. But I guarantee you, a year from now, somebody else will take that spot. Now,
But
whether they will take the
not to that
spot
level.
to the
I
point
think
of doing, yeah, but trust and believe, man. Hey, when Beyonce came to Atlanta, Georgia, there was not a shiny silver object in the market at all. And I just think again, it is a racial thing. It's always a racial thing. Race
I don't
always
know.
plays. Well, you can whine about it, or you can think I'm
I
whining
don't,
about it.
I
But I'm
don't have a dog in
saying
this race. So I
that
don't care.
at the same time, we're talking about you can't do a tour that creates over $500 million and then suddenly just say, oh, well, you're just nobody now because somebody else is doing $1 billion. That's
Well,
ridiculous.
I think that they're just saying that she has put everybody in the rear view mirror. But there was a point in time where they all those. Although I never thought Adele was on the same level as either of those two. But I remember she was
I
really
mean,
hot for a long
Adele's
time.
25 when that album came out, it sucked up all the air. When Beyonce came out, it sucked up all the air. So it's like this, one going over top of another, over top of another. There's always
Well,
another level. She's
but
on the top level.
she's on like no, I think she's actually added levels onto the building. They said that the top 40 Billboard, she's got like 19 songs or something on the top 40, which is something that's never been done. Now, quite honestly,
Yeah, but she re-released her old stuff. Nobody's ever done that before.
I don't know.
That's pretty tight.
Tracy Chapman just got an award for that that car song
Okay.
from 35 years ago. She just got some sort of a country and western major award of some sort because of that, a 35-year-old song. I mean, we're seeing some crazy stuff going on here.
But see, that's also crazy because honestly, if you think about it, that was a country song, but she was a black person, so they didn't even pay attention 35 years ago. So now they're coming
I
through.
don't think that was
I'm telling you,
that was a
man,
pure country
don't get me
song.
started.
That
Don't get me
song was
started.
too
That was a damn
upbeat.
country song.
That
Living
no,
in a
that
fast
song
car, running
that was a
around, thinking about
that was
fast
an
cars.
upbeat.
I was like,
It was an upbeat with a little country twang
that
to
was
it, but
not upbeat.
that was a
Stop it.
that was a pop song. I'm sorry.
Stop it.
The way
It
she
had
did
some pop appeal,
that
but
was
I can
not
see
that
it
didn't
being a
sound
country
like
song.
that did not
It
sound
was
like
country.
took a long time to
I'm just
leave
telling you.
me, Lucille. That didn't sound anything like that.
Hey, it never bumped in my car.
Of course not. Do you think it bumped in mine? The thing was a pop sensation.
But that's interesting though. So they gave her a country something.
She got like a big award, a country award, and it was like made a big deal because the song is
That's cool.
35 years old. It was like somebody did a remake of it
They did
and made it
that's cool.
popular or something. I
That's
don't know.
very cool.
But that like Taylor Swift having 19 songs on the Billboard Top 40, that's some crazy nonsense. You know what that says to me? That says more about the era than it does about her. Because
it says more about what?
The era that we're living in right now than it says
I
about
think
her.
so too. I mean, like when Drake's album dropped, every song was in the top 40. I mean,
People
you
didn't even
couldn't
listen to
do
the song.
that.
It was you could.
But I'm saying you just couldn't do that before. You couldn't do that in Michael Jackson's era. That's impossible.
It's very hard to kind of look at eras and try to compare and contrast. But
yes,
I think what Michael Jackson did back then, and Prince to a certain extent, but Michael Jackson when he came out with Thriller, I mean, couldn't get away from it. Thriller, because there were so few channels of distribution and of hearing, it consumed the whole world in a way that, look, anybody living back in
I'm
that
telling you,
wait a minute.
you know what?
Let me get
I'm
this
going to
out
say
first.
this right now.
Let me
I'm
get
gonna-
this out first. Let me get this out first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anybody that was living of a certain age in the early 80s could not escape any of the
Thriller.
songs that were on Thriller. Couldn't escape it.
Right.
The whole world was fixated, although there was fewer channels. So once it got up to a certain level, it was all consuming. Going forward to this era, this chick has 19 songs on the Billboard Top 40.
And
I
you
couldn't
can't
name
name
a
one.
lick.
And you
Not a
can't
lick.
name one.
No. But living back there, you couldn't escape it. So there's a big difference between this era and that era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all of these numbers,
They're
as
just
far as I'm concerned,
inflated.
they're all way
All
overflated.
falsely inflated.
They're actually, you know what? They're not overinflated necessarily. It's
Look who
that
it
we
is.
didn't have the ability to actually calculate how big a Michael Jackson song was in the 80s or a Whitney Houston song in the 90s. I mean, I'm honest. I mean, I would almost say Whitney Houston and I Will Always Love You is the biggest pop song I ever seen, even bigger than the Thriller days. That shit was
You know what
everywhere.
rivals that? Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You. That was pretty much, you couldn't escape that song at all. Hey, Cousin Gar is back. Hey, Cousin Gar. Long time no see. What's he saying here? I believe in Ford even though they are behind. Okay. Kind of came at we touched on that about 15 minutes ago, but we appreciate the comment, Cousin Gar.
Okay. So no shade on Taylor, but if it wasn't for Beyonce, there would be no Taylor. Period.
Really?
Bro, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Kanye snatched the mic out of her hand the first time she ever got an award. Beyonce gets up on stage when she gets an award and calls Taylor back and hands the mic over to her.
That was
if that wasn't, I'm telling you, bro.
Ridiculous.
There's a lot of synergy between what Taylor's doing, what Beyonce did, and what other artists are going to do in the future, and including, even what Kanye's done and did. There's just, they've changed the music business, and it's all based on the playbook that Prince laid out for him.
I was hoping you would get back to where it really.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you take ownership of all of your content, she's now making the money that the record companies have been sucking off the talent of people for decades.
Well, didn't somebody like buy her catalog and like set her off? That's why she remade all these songs because now she can control the remakes like she couldn't control the originals or something like that.
Exactly. Somebody else bought up her old catalog from the record company. She's like, you know what? Screw y'all. I'm going to remake all my albums.
That was like a Michael Jackson move. That was like, remember
awesome.
Remember when Michael Jackson was getting all sorts of hints about the business from Paul McCartney, and then he ended up buying the Eagles catalog right from underneath him?
Oh, yeah. You mean the Beatles catalog?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember, Michael Jackson was talking to Paul McCartney, about the business, about I'm going to do investment and stuff, and he's like, yeah, you should do. Yeah, music is a great investment. And then he ended up buying the Beatles catalog or something like that.
Yeah,
I heard they didn't speak for years because of that. So anyway,
I think the content marketing business is very important, and the tools we have today make it even more so. Whether that be your music, your books, your videos, all of that stuff, man, has value.
Let's get real. It's all the stuff you said is kind of, I get it, but you know what? Here's the issue I have. Everybody wants to be this. Everybody wants to be like a Taylor Swift, right? Everybody wants to be able to do their own thing and have a huge audience, and everything you do, they call them the Swifties, right? Like there's a army of Swifties that if she tweets something, oh, I just put this out, bam, it's going off the charts, or I just I'm at the Chiefs game, and I'm watching the game with my boyfriend, and everybody starts going and buying Chiefs jerseys with the name Swifty on the back. I mean, so everybody wants to have a community and have, all this stuff. Basically, I don't know her at all, but it feels like everybody wants to be able to do like she's doing. And it's just creating a whole bunch of people who are going to be sad and frustrated, upset, because this ain't normal. This is just like a handful of people who are able to do this, but the tools are there for the masses to try and create a whole bunch of stuff and try to gin up and build a community, only to fall terribly short. And I think there's going to be a backlash.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You appreciate it. What do you appreciate?
Because you never know who's going to be the next. So I'm sure somebody she's inspiring at some point will say it was Taylor Swift. That's why I'm where I am today. At some point.
What? I feel, you know what this feels like to me? It feels like the gold rush of 1849 all over again. Oh, everybody's going out and buying their picks and shovels, searching for that virtual gold. It ain't going to be.
I mean, you lived it, so most of us haven't lived it. So
now that was funny. That was.
But you know what? Here's another thing. If I'm thinking about this too, I mean, when Madonna came out, oh my God! I mean, how many teens in your school, teen girls, were wearing Madonna stuff? Oh, I mean, I get it. Taylor is doing this, that. She can sell I'm telling you, back in the day, bro, it was insane, and we just didn't have the way to clock that kind of money.
No, and
because, you know what? I mean, everybody was dressing like Madonna when she came out.
But you know all what? The girls, all the girls. I don't remember any like little sisters dressing like Madonna. But that's
no, the sisters went. But I don't know sisters. But there's a few sisters too that are Swifties. Maybe. I mean, but there's old men that are Swifties.
But see, that's the thing. That's why I don't know if I don't necessarily consider it a race thing. I consider it people like to emulate people that they think they.
That's not what when I talk about race. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about when it comes to race is that we should be actually saying that both Taylor Swift and Beyonce have really injected a lot of money into the economy. That's the racial part.
You know what? But I remember hearing people say, when Beyonce does a show in an arena, it generates, a certain amount of economic value,
millions and millions of dollars.
But it's just on a different scale now. This chick, she's on another level, man. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. They said her impact on the NFL from just going to her boyfriend's game has raised not only TV ratings, but ticket sales and merchandise sales. And we're talking about the NFL is the biggest thing there is. And she's positively impacting that.
If it wasn't for Jay-Z, no black man would still be watching the NFL either.
That's bold.
So let's not underrepresent.
But wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you. Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you missed it. Maybe you missed it. But when they were doing the kneeling thing and we had this idiot as a president and he started talking bad about that guy, black folks were leaving the NFL like crazy. They ended up having to call Jay-Z in and ask him if he would do a cameo on what's his name? Justin. What's his name? Not Bieber, but
Bieber?
the other Justin
Timberlake?
Timberlake's halftime show. He's like, no, fuck that. I'm not showing up. Right. And he's like, if you want to talk to me, let's talk for real. And he became the person that now they have to run all of these halftime shows through. That's why we've got halftime shows with black artists, brown artists, because literally what happened with Jay-Z is it was paramount. You don't remember this? They even had a meeting on like nationally televised with the chief guy of the NFL and Jay-Z. Hey, we're meeting. Are you kidding me? Whatever,
Yeah,
bro.
that was
You have
very
selective memory.
no. You said that saved the NFL. I'm sorry, that was a blip. That was
I did not say
you know,
it saved the NFL. I
thought
would
that's what
say
you
I
said.
said
Oh, you said it got black people watching again or something like that?
that's what I
Come on,
said,
man. There's too many people that were into the game
bro.
that were
Whatever.
never going to go away
Whatever.
from the game.
I'm
I'm
telling you.
sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Black
Look,
folks were leaving the NFL in droves. I got brothers right now that still won't watch the NFL.
well, I'm sure there are a handful
So
of people.
yes,
Yes, definitely a
that's
holdout.
so, I mean,
The vast
it's great.
majority did not have that opinion, but that's okay. We're talking about the outliers. There's always the hardliners. I get that.
Do your homework.
People,
Do your
football
homework.
is America's passion, man. No, you don't. People
Do
are not
your
giving up
homework.
football for anything.
Man, they were
There
it
may
was
be short-term blips.
the worst football ratings ever
Okay.
were done.
And what was that?
that
There was still like
ever.
80 million people watching.
Bro, what do you think? I'm just making this up?
No, but I'm saying you could be saying that the worst ever, and that still means 75 million people were watching. That there was no
Well, good.
look.
Fantastic.
It's certain things people we crave. We can't get away from college football, NFL.
It's fantastic.
We're not walking away from that. Sorry, NBA.
Whatever.
Not walking away from that.
Whatever.
Taylor Swift.
They ain't putting Taylor Swift's damn face on no NFL game.
Look, are you kidding me? Whenever she's in
I'm talking about it.
Let them announce
the actual game you play. NFL.
Let them announce.
What?
Let them announce.
What's the game they play?
Let them announce her being the halftime show at the latest Super Bowl.
No, they
you
already
don't
announced
think that won't cause it up. You don't think that
already going to be the halftime show,
and that's going to really draw an audience. Look, he's talented. He's talented, but he ain't drawing no Taylor Swift audience.
Do you know? Let me ask you a question. Who is the biggest draw ever of a NFL halftime show?
I have no idea. They've had so many big.
Rihanna, huge, by a mile.
Okay.
Rihanna.
Huge ratings,
and she lip synced the whole damn thing.
That's because she has like a huge female following too, like with all that Fenty stuff and But she ain't no Taylor Swift though. I'm sorry.
Right, exactly. That's the whole point I'm making. She's a black girl, and you didn't even freaking know that she was the biggest draw ever because she's a black girl.
I'm sure. No, it's because I don't pay attention to the halftime
Don't get
show.
me started, bro.
I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Whatever.
But
I know you don't. But I do. I pay attention so I can see it. See this?
Look who the following is.
I'm watching.
Look who the following is for Taylor. Look who the following is for Taylor Swift.
I'm watching.
Wait a minute. We got to do the numbers.
I'm done.
Who do the numbers?
I don't want to talk anymore. I'm done.
That's because I'm getting ready to school you, and you don't want to be schooled. But I'm just telling you, who is her rabid following base? Teenage white girls. There's a lot of teenage white girls.
Exactly.
Way more than teenage black girls.
Who's playing on the field? A bunch of black men. So stop it. Stop it. You know. I get it. The great white hope has come, but no. I'm sorry.
No, it's just she attracts teenage girls.
Well, I know she does attract, but teenage girls ain't buying nothing but some damn jersey. They're not the ones that are buying the beer that's on the commercial.
The NFL is the one.
So you want Barbie commercials that doing your football games?
Selling
appease the Taylor Swifties.
the NFL is selling those jerseys that they're buying. What are you
Okay.
talking
Anyway, good
about?
luck with that. I'm telling you,
Oh,
this
they're
time next
monetizing the
year, we
hell out
will
of that.
not be talking about this.
Probably not, but nobody will
I
be
know.
close to what
It's
she's
a
done.
fleeting thing. It's great, fantastic.
But
it's a
she's
fad.
it might be a fad, but she's gonna get up here. Maybe when she
She's
starts
already
coming down.
there.
But what I'm saying is nobody's gonna get up there anytime soon. And only the people that fit that demographic that she currently is servicing has a chance to get there. That's just the way it is.
All right. Well, we don't disagree on that.
And it's no, and I'm just saying Beyonce has done a hell of a job. I mean, come on. But it's
I never said she didn't, but I'm like, look, I know the game here.
Well, the game
and
is
we can't pretend like there's no game. I'm not, let's put it like this. I'm not going to pretend like there's no game.
But the game is
I've been on the planet way too long.
The more your demographic, the bigger your demographic is, the more chance you are to have a bigger audience than somebody else whose demographic isn't as big. That's just numbers. That's all. And come on, little teenage girls.
Why do you got me out here like this?
Little teenage girls see Taylor Swift and see themselves in Taylor Swift. You know, I'm just,
well, that's fantastic. But trust
and a lot of them do.
I'm an old black man, and I don't see myself in Taylor Swift. But congratulations.
Yeah, you are an old black man, but you know.
I truly am. I truly am. You know, I can't hide it. I can't.
And look, I'm not a huge fan of it. But look, I'm not a huge fan of any of these folks. I'm just looking at it.
All I'm saying is, this is a fad. This too shall pass.
Yeah, absolutely. But
all right,
the tidal wave
ain't baked in. Michael Jackson wasn't baked in. She ain't baked in. You're not going to be number one forever. It never works that way.
But
this is her year. Everybody gets a year.
The tidal wave that she has created is bigger than anything that some of the other folks we talked about has created, and it's being driven by the demographic. That's all. You know, maybe
what's the demographic? What's the demographic?
Like a teenage, young teenage white girl, I think. You know.
Oh, okay. So
and
when I say
demographic, that's a huge demographic.
But I'm just saying, when I say because she's a white girl, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy.
I said white teenage. I mean, it's a demographic. It's not just the race. She's a female.
But the race plays part. It plays into the game,
part of it,
bro.
It's part of the. Why does it? It's because there's more white folks in this country than colored folks in this country, or people of color.
No, and you know what? That ain't even the real reason. The real reason is because of the people that run the show are white people, and they pick and choose. Now, yeah,
these little teenage girls pick and choose Taylor Swift. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they sure do. But that doesn't mean that there's other. Like I said, who was number one?
Who? Madonna? She was actually probably the number one, you know.
Rihanna.
Think of
number one.
I would go back to Madonna being the actual number one for that phenomenon. But
I'm just talking about NFL. Rihanna, number one NFL performer ever in the history.
When you talk about rating, I don't even know what are you talking about ratings? Like
absolutely, more people tuned in to see Rihanna's halftime show than any other Super Bowl performer.
Well, look at it like this. What were the overall ratings for that Super Bowl? Because that was a really good Super Bowl game. Kansas City, Philadelphia, everybody was looking for that game. What were the overall ratings? But people,
they always determine. No, I mean, there was actually people that weren't watching that turned on the TV just to see her.
Look who's chiming in here. Look who it is. Mr. David Bullock.
The man that paid for my parking when I had no money.
Paid for you? Really? What was that last week?
Yes. Huh? What'd you say?
said, what was that last week?
Shut up.
I thought
He probably did up until
No,
now, but no.
Prince had the
Rihanna
best
beat
show.
everybody
Prince has the best show ever.
ever.
Period. End of
Ever.
discussion. No one will ever do it better than him. But that
Until
was
Taylor Swift does one, and all the Swifties will say she's the best ever, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, well, you know, Taylor Swift had the best show ever. I
No,
know you.
I will never say
you.
that.
I see.
Never
you.
say that.
I
Never
see
will.
you.
Never see that.
You don't you let them Swifties move you away from.
I don't go by the TV ratings to say who has the best show. That's the first mistake. You know, that will never happen.
Prince had the best show.
See why you keep trying to build? Why you keep going back to the Prince? Well, you say you don't want to go in.
I didn't go. I'm commenting on Trish.
Oh, Trish. So you're gonna blame Trish? Innocent Trish?
No, why would I don't? Hey Trish, look what I found. You will not believe this. I don't know if you remember this, but I found an old Pisa.
What the hell is that?
It's just an old Pisa pen that I got from finding this old. My husband found this, man. This is like the eBay materials from 2006 from eBay Live, and it's still sealed.
2006. Damn.
And that came with the Pisa thing at the same time.
Yeah,
but Trish will remember that probably.
2006. You had just turned 50, and it was. Really
I just turned 30.
All right, enough of this. I mean, you know, it's.
I'm so done with you and Taylor Swift.
Hey, look,
you are so into this.
You gotta shake it off. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
You are so into this.
No, I just thought it was interesting. You know,
it is interesting. Not only that, she just did like crazy billions of dollars every weekend for 4 weekends. I think she did 4 weekends or 6 weekends on her movie, and it just came out on the weekends. And it is the highest grossing documentary ever.
Oh, a documentary on her?
What is on her concert film? Yeah. It beat This Is It, which was a pretty up until that point was the number one. So
really? Well, that's good.
Man, I'm telling you, it's a beast, it's a machine.
She is a machine. I give her all the credit for that. And like I said, you know, I don't know none of her music, and quite honestly, not interested in.
Well, you should check out some of her music.
That's okay. I'm good. But I do hear that she writes her own stuff and plays her own instrument, and I give credit to anybody that does that.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear her music, but you know, that's besides the point.
Amazing.
Pisa was top notch eBay sellers. Nice nostalgia.
See, told you she would remember.
Yeah, well, that's cool. All right, that
stuff's cool.
I needed a break from the AI stuff because God, I just can't get away.
Man, I could have talked about AI all day, but see,
I know. No, well, you know what? I talk about it all day too, and I don't need to talk about it all day. There's other things to talk about.
Not really.
And today, it was your girl, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Do you have any of her CDs or whatever they do now?
Did you say CDs? No, I do not.
Trish is making a statement saying she is, for the record, she is not a Swiftie.
She's not a Swiftie.
I don't know. You've been hanging around and listening to us all this time. You might be. Maybe you're a closet Swiftie. Yeah, I'm a Swiftie. You did tell me to name a song. We'll be here for a very long time.
You got plenty of them. I can name a few of them.
I can't. All I know is the Shake It Off one. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that was a huge one. But if I played some for you, you'd be like, "Oh, that's Taylor." Okay, cool.
Really?
I think so.
I doubt it.
I think so.
I don't even listen to the radio, so I don't hear new stuff.
Nobody listens to the radio. What's a radio?
Well, I'm saying I don't listen to anything that on like Amazon Prime that I already don't I already know. So I'm not getting introduced to any Swifty music there.
Oh
The
my
only
gosh.
possible way was if it was playing on the radio on my car when I'm driving, and I've listened to sports talk. So there's no way I'm going to get any Swift music, and I'm perfectly fine with that, to be quite honest with you. So I'm just saying, I'm not. That's not for me. I don't fit the demographic. I'm about as far out of the demographic as you can get for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you're pretty bad.
You're
pretty bad.
I'll take Riri any day. She's my fave.
Oh, she's your fave, huh?
So what do they call Riri fans? Like Beyonce has the Beehive, Taylor has the Swifties. What is Rihanna's gang or army? What do they call themselves? Umbrella Lights or something like that? Or, I have no idea. Trish, what is the Riri army? Is it the Riri army? I would love to know. Did Prince have any did they have a nickname for Prince people? What were we like? Purple people or something?
No.
As a Minnesota Vikings, actually.
It's Rihanna's army. That's what this
That's
is.
pretty boring. That's boring as hell.
Yeah,
Rihanna's army. That's
terrible. Oh no, Rihanna's Navy. Rihanna's Navy. That's what's
that's Navy. Better. Rihanna's Navy is better.
I'm just saying that's what it is.
Look, Swifty's a better name.
What'd you say?
Fenty fans.
Fenty fans. Okay, that'll work.
Yeesh. Fenty fans.
Fenty is her clothing brand. So
isn't that her last name or something? Isn't Fenty your actual last name? Something like that.
I'm not sure. Is it?
I think so. Trish, what is Rihanna's last name? Is it Fenty? Since you're a part of the Fenty fan, they should call it the Fenty Mafia or something like that. That sounds better than Fenty fan.
Mafia? No.
Yeah, you got to give it a little edge,
No.
Like Beyonce, what do they call it? The Beehive? That sounds menacing to me,
Yeah, but I mean, she's Queen Bee, so that's why.
Yeah, but you don't want to stir up the Beehive. You know what happens when you do that?
You do not want to stir up the Beehive.
That's what I'm saying. So you need the Fenty Mafia.
You have actually touched on it today, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Stay away from it.
I'm here for the Beehive.
No, it's lies. You can't even name a Beyonce song.
No, I can. The song they did. What? I know, I got one. The song. This might be a Jay-Z song, or is it a Alicia Keys? The one, the Empire State of Mind one. It wasn't that.
Wow, you suck, dude.
No,
I don't even know why I'm talking to you.
The one she did. Or was that?
I need the name.
Or was that a Destiny's Child song?
No, we can't do Destiny Child songs. I need a Beyonce song.
Beyonce song.
That's a damn shame. Never mind, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
You're garbage. You're garbage.
I thought I could name one.
I can't believe you can't name one. That's amazing.
Hey, at least I got Rihanna's last name right. So Fenty. So I got that. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Name a Rihanna song.
Umbrella.
Oh, okay.
Umbrella.
There you got one.
Hey. I mean, there you go. And the other one where she's just repeating the same damn word over, or what was that? Work. I mean, what the fuck? Oh, shoot. I mean, come on. And that wasn't that like a huge hit? Work.
That was a jam, bro. That was a jam.
Work. I'm like, what the hell? Is there any more to this song? But it was catchy. I mean, I will say that.
Oh my God.
I will say catchy.
You're hilarious. You're pathetic, but hilarious.
But
I'm gonna let you get away. I need you to come back next week with a Beyonce song.
I apologize for that. You caught me all off guard. I could have sworn I knew.
I mean, that's just everybody knows a Beyonce song.
But the ones that I know, I think they're Destiny's Child songs, like that
Wow.
one, the holla. I am at a loss. I'm sorry. And don't even try to get me to name one of her albums.
Oh my
How many albums does
God.
she have? Does she have a lot?
I don't know, like 6 or 7.
She does?
Depends on the.
Wow.
Let's do that. I know
Uh,
she. I remember 4. She got to have 7. And let's see.
man,
Albums.
I'm at a loss. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, all you Beehive. I thought I knew at least one song.
Oh my God. 7
Does she have a
studio
good?
albums, 5 live albums, 3 compilation albums, 5 EPs,
Does she have
1
like a?
soundtrack, and 2 karaoke's.
Does she have
That's
like
crazy.
a theme song? Like, everybody knows Prince for Purple Rain, and does she have like a song that's just like as soon as you hear it, people lose it? Oh, this is Does she have one of those?
Who?
Beyonce. Does she have like a theme song, like one song that everybody's like, oh, we know her,
That you have to play? Yes.
Yeah, like with Purple Rain, people get upset if Prince
Yes.
did a concert without Purple Rain, something like that.
Yes. It's called
Okay,
Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love. Is that the dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
Oh, all
Exactly.
right. So I know that song. And that's a good song. I like that song.
Well, you couldn't name it.
I don't know the name of the damn thing, but at least I knew it. I should get
But
some
yes,
credit
she
for that.
has to play that all the time.
Oh, that's a great song. I like that song. It's catchy.
Most of her songs are catchy. That's why she has hits.
Look, I'm sorry. You know what? This is very bad of me. I am so fixated on the few handful of genius musicians that I've known forever that I always end up comparing everybody else to those, and it's not a fair comparison. Because
I mean, it's a different day, a different time, different disciplines.
it's true, but like there'll never be another Prince. I don't care what anybody says. There's never.
Nope.
And it's my fault. I don't know why I even get threatened. I know we're going on overtime here, but I don't know why I get threatened when somebody else is getting the spotlight, like Taylor Swift is getting all the spotlight. And why do I feel a need to compare, compare to Prince? I don't know. That's something on my end. But
because I mean, nothing compares to Prince, so I don't even try.
You're right, but for some reason, I don't know. Something I need to work on. What's she saying? Just like there will never be another team. Yeah, there'll never be another Tina Turner. Yeah,
never.
You're right.
Never.
Never be another Luther Vandross. There'll never be another. So many, greats. You know what? I will say this. I feel strongly, and I hate to sound like the old timer, because
you are the old timer. So here it comes.
But I have to say it. The actual music being made over the last 20 years, it just isn't the same. It's just not.
It's not the same. It's new music for new people.
It's new music for new people who have somehow shrunk the category of music into like one instead of. I remember when we were going to high school and college, there were so many different types of music that was being reggae and house and club and hip hop.
But to be honest,
real R&B.
I actually think there's more opportunity to find and discover new music now than it was even when we were young.
I think you're right in terms of everybody's making music because the technology has made it easy for people who have zero music training to actually create stuff. And that means there's a variety of music that is being created. But the problem is none of that stuff is being heard because it all is coming down to why Taylor Swift has 19 songs on the top 40. Could you imagine that taking place in 1983 or
Well, let me ask you
84?
this question: how many top 40 hits did Miles Davis have?
Miles Davis?
Yeah,
Well, we're talking jazz as a genre, and at his height,
exactly. So I
at
mean, when
at
you
his but wait a
compare,
minute, at his height, jazz was the number one art form. Jazz fell completely off the music map since then. And so
right,
nobody even talks about jazz anymore. But
right.
back
So
when
that's
he
just
was
what I'm saying. It's a
popular, it
different
was the
time.
top.
It's just different. It's
Right.
different.
And it's because technology has, I mean, this could be said about everything. Technology has made it possible for non-musicians to create music.
Is that
Let's
bad?
face it. Yeah, it is when you want quality and not quantity. There's
Really?
lots of there's
Are you
lots of
saying that you
quantity out
can't make quality music today?
I'm saying that most people that are in music today are not in music for the sake of creating quality music. They're in music to be famous, to be influential, to have people follow them, to have reality shows made about them. They're not in
And
like
there's so many.
how,
I'm just saying, there's so many great musicians out that most
who's a
people
great
never
musician?
have heard.
Give me a great musician that I might not have heard.
I'm just
Musician.
saying there are those that are out
Give me
there that are
one. Give me
great
one for
musicians.
example. Give me one for example. I just want one.
Who do I like? I mean, you won't like nobody I like right now because
I
it's
don't
all
know.
electronic. I
Oh,
enjoy electronic music.
I
I
like, you
really
know what?
do.
It has a
I admit
place.
it.
It has a
I'll admit
place.
it.
Look, I like some, but I also like when people have trained to understand how to write music and read music and play instruments that aren't just digital instruments. I love when people love music and the creation of music so much that they take the time to learn how to read and write and play different instruments. There's just a lack of that now because the technology makes that unnecessary to create music. You can just put a bunch of plugins on your laptop and you can make all sorts of sounds by typing, a couple of clicks that you could not do back in the day because you had to learn how to play a trumpet or you had to learn how to
Yeah,
play the piano.
I totally agree with you. I remember when you were doing your DJ and stuff, I was thinking the exact same
Right. Why is it got to end like that? Yeah, you're right about Elvis, Trish.
thing.
No, it's just look. I like being. I have some digital stuff. I got the CDJs and I got the software, the Serato software, and
Right.
but I mean, come on, man. There ain't nothing like analog. There's nothing like somebody who could just sit down and play the piano, like
Okay,
you know,
but I mean,
and
yeah,
that just doesn't
I
happen
don't
that
think we
much anymore.
disagree on that,
No,
you
I
know.
don't think
But
so.
I
But
mean, hey, it's just changed.
there's a
Life's
rush.
gone move
There's a
forward.
there's a rush to be famous that because the end goal is not to create great music, it's to be famous. And
But see,
so
I
there are a
think
lot of
pop music
shortcuts
has
to that.
never been great music.
I'm not even talking about just pop music. I'm just talking like let's go back to the 80s. Remember what R&B used to be?
Oh my God, you sound so old. I just
Well,
can't.
look,
I can't.
you look like you didn't. So let me get this straight. So you didn't think the SOS band was good music, or Lucin was good music, or
Oh,
Shaka
dude,
Khan with Rufus was
what
good
did
music.
I just saw a thing on Loose Ends. It was pretty
Oh man,
amazing.
that was my group. You don't
It
have
was
any.
pretty amazing. I didn't know that there were so many iterations of that group.
Well, it started out with two, and then they added the third guy, and then by the third album they had broke up because they couldn't
They
get
have pretty much
along.
broke up. Yeah. So I
So
saw a
now
good
and they're
little
they're still
thing
out.
about that.
There's still two groups touring under that umbrella.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
yeah, but that was great music. Soul to Soul, great music. Midnight Star, Atlantic Star. I
But a
mean,
lot of that music was made with,
no, those
fake
remember
instruments.
those no, they were starting to experiment with a lot of the synthesizers, but they had guitar players and bass players
Yeah,
and
and they, a lot
and
of
people
drums.
playing keyboards and of course drums.
Yeah,
That's gone now. I mean, a lot of that you don't see that. You only
that's
see it in
okay
jazz.
though. It's
You only see it
okay.
in
It's
jazz.
okay.
It's
It's
not
okay.
okay, damn it.
It's all
I'm
right.
an old. I'm going to the old man card. It ain't okay.
You are so old. It's
That's
okay.
why
It'll
it's
be all
hard
right.
for me. It's hard for me to give up, what the folks did in the past
All right.
because they don't have the numbers that the folks and the president have. That's all.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
I'm tired of this.
I'm sorry.
You got me all in a bad mood now.
Why are you in a bad mood?
I don't know.
We agree with you.
Gotta find out. I gotta get my Beyonce game up.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
do
bad
need to
now.
get your Beyonce game up because this constant talk about there's no good music today is ridiculous.
Look, there is good music. There are pockets of good music.
There's pockets of good music.
There are pockets.
There's a lot of good music out there. It's just not popular on the radio type stuff.
Yeah, which makes it hard to it makes it hard to get to the good stuff because there's so much nonsense in the way of the good stuff.
Yeah.
Just like everything else, just like all the content that's being created. There's a ton of content, and most of it is not that great. There, I said it.
Next week we will go into that. I'm leaving you.
Oh, you're going. So you're giving a tease. We're going to be talking about that.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
I got a lot to say about that.
I really don't want to hear what you got to say.
Well, you're going to hear it.
I'm gonna let you get it out,
and you're going to hear it next week. Apparently, all right.
I'm gonna let you get it out.
Gear up. Get ready.
You let me get out everything I was feeling today, so I'll let you get it out.
So are we good now? We're feeling good? I do want to say that I definitely appreciate Beyonce, her talent. She's a great singer, great dancer.
Wow.
Great business woman. I just need to know some of her songs' names.
Come on. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I take full responsibility.
Accountability for this.
I am accountable.
It's not like she's not in our age range.
No,
I think more than
true.
anything, when it comes to Taylor Swift, she's just not in my age range. So what she's talking about, I've been there, done that. I don't need to revisit.
Come on, man, just shake it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake it off.
And while we're shaking it off, we hope you shake it off. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Apparently, we're going to be getting real again. So it's time to do this.
Goodbye.
Or is this something that should be just done in the 80s? I don't know.